Australia lost their World Test Championship crown to South Africa just recently. Now, while that win was a historic one for the Proteas, who crossed the line for the first time in 27 years to win an ICC title, the defeat provided a humbling reality check to Australia, a cricketing nation that has always been the strong favourite when it comes to an ICC final, no matter the format. So naturally, there was harsh criticism, primarily from their very own. Former Australian pacer Mitchell Johnson had earlier blamed the Indian Premier League for Australia's poor show. The Aussie cricketer in the centre of this, of course, Josh Hazlewood, who had in fact stayed back to win the IPL for RCB. He's hit back at this accusation, making it quite a spectacle for us here observing this from the sidelines. Mitchell Johnson has habitually questioned the IPL, and I'm referring to recency here. This year in particular, Johnson was extremely vocal and loud in his critique of the Indian Premier League, right from the time it was halted owing to tensions between India and Pakistan back then, to right after the tournament concluded. Here's a summary of his blatant takedown. He was first pulling up the IPL Governing Council and the BCCI for trying to coax other cricketing boards to get their players to stay back, and then of course blame the IPL for his own team's loss. Maybe Johnson was expecting Australia at least to back him here, considering the caustic relationship the two countries share on the cricket field. Right from Monkey Gate to the recent series itself that concluded, there's no love lost between these two sides, particularly on the cricket field. We've seen that. But surprise, surprise, Hazelwood responded rather strongly to the latest comments of Johnson.
We know what's going on inside our rooms. It seemed far and away the best place to get ready for any type of cricket that was coming up. The weather was definitely a factor as well. Just getting over there and playing intense competition like that, it's hard to replicate in training.
He clearly supported the league here and his own decision to play in that final for RCB. Now remember, Hazelwood had picked up a niggle during the league. He had missed a few matches during the league stage for the Bengaluru franchise. He'd in fact flown home to try and recover in time for WTC and the IPL final should Bengaluru make it then. So for Hazelwood, the last stretch of the IPL was perfect warm-up to get him prepared for the World Test Championship final. He says, in fact, this was far better a testing ground than any for him than what a warm-up game without the best players in the world would have been, or a training. Hard to replicate that in training. Those were Hazelwood's exact words. His objective was clear then. It was a win-win for him, for RCB, and for Australia, who would have been relieved seeing the way he was bowling and getting back into rhythm in India. So where's the issue here? Hazelwood, in fact, begins by saying this: we know what's going on inside our rooms. Clearly telling Johnson that he's no longer part of the Australian dressing room. He's no longer part of the setup. He has no idea how things are, and doesn't have the right authority to make a statement here without being a part of the squad anymore. Hazelwood clearly putting Johnson and his comments in place. Truth is, Australia lost that WTC final because they were just outplayed by their opponents this time. Sure, they were favourites, but South Africa chose that very moment and that final to stop choking. So instead of praising and lauding the team that clearly was the better one on the day, Johnson chose to seek a scapegoat. Even so, he decided the IPL would be the perfect fall guy here, not his own team or their faults and weaknesses. Hazelwood's response is exactly what many cricketers all over the world truly believe, that the IPL, and increasingly so with the years gone by, has established itself as the best cricket league the world over. Best in terms of the players from the world over who participate in this, best contracts. The cricketers are paid the most here. And it's the best place to hone your skills and prepare yourselves for other commitments that you encounter through the year for your national side. The challenging series that you and your country would play in the subcontinent, not an easy place to dig deep in, particularly for the fast bowlers. It's quite trying here. So Johnson will just have to look elsewhere to stir the pot.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Kali radikali.
Japanese,
4兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.